Alright, I have a new project. New guitar I acquired today, some kind of mystery guitar. I happened to be driving past a guy having a yard sale, and I saw a guitar neck poking up out of the stuff, so I went to go check it out. The dude was asking 25 bucks for it. I held on to it for a minute, and I was looking around, and I saw this wooden box. Some kind of wooden box here, I assume just a toolbox that someone had made. I offered him 20 bucks for the guitar and the wooden box, and he took it. The wooden box, let's take a look at this real quick. So let's see, it's, I assumed it was some kind of toolbox, but when I opened it up, I found it's padded. Someone did a pretty nice job padding it for some reason. I don't know for what, if it was like for some kind of tool, or it's too small for an amp head. Maybe some kind of power tool, or maybe like an American flag or something. I don't know what for. There's indentations right here, and it's a pretty nice job doing the padding. I have no use for any kind of padding, so I'll probably wind up just ripping it out and having a box just to store, you know, random stuff that I store. But this was just the thing that I threw in to kind of sweeten the deal. I got a piano hinge on the back, stained. It's plywood. It's a pretty nice job. But here's the guitar. Let me take it over here in the light. Alright, so here's the guitar. At first I thought it might be a toy, but it's pretty old. It doesn't have any markings, and it doesn't have any frets. So the thought crossed my mind, maybe it's just some kind of a fake guitar, some kind of decoration, or is like some folk art. But it's got, let's see if we can pick it up here on the camera. There's no frets, but there are definitely lines where frets were, or where frets should be. And I was thinking that it looked like someone removed the frets and filled them in. It's difficult for me to get a good image of the camera, but I'm looking at it now and I don't know. Yeah, I don't really think that frets have been removed anymore. There are definitely fret lines, and I'm thinking maybe there were just stickers or some kind of plastic or something glued across the fretboard at the fret points. Those were removed. The sound hole is covered with, or it's surrounded by some kind of plastic. Perhaps this white plastic was where the frets were. There's no paper label or anything. It's got a normal bridge. Decent. No marking on the headstock. Let's see. So these new screws holding the tuning pegs in, and they don't sit quite flush. Yeah, so it looks like these top pegs are kind of bent to make them fit in the holes. So these are probably not the original tuners at all. So I guess the original tuners might have pegs broke, and someone had these sitting around on another guitar, and they didn't quite fit, but someone made them fit, you know, made them work. Let's take a look at that neck joint. A little bit of separation. And is that glue residue I see? Like someone tried to glue and clamp it together. And there's a big ugly ding on the bottom revealing the plywood that it's made of. This strap button seems to be glued into the hole or something. Alright, so no paper label. I'm going to, oh yeah, look at that on the fretboard. It looks like some kind of glue residue up here at the top as well. Well, what a mystery. What could this guitar be? Where's its origins? I need to put some new strings on it anyway, so I'll take the strings off and I'll poke around inside the sound hole and see if I can find any markings on the side or anything. Alright, let's see what we've got in here. We have a flash turned on. Let's see if I can fit this down easier.
Daddy neatly sized today. Daddy, Daniel.
Oh yeah.
Daddy, I know these are dead.
No strings on it? Because I took them off to fix it up.
So are them.
So, when I reviewed the footage of me poking around inside, I saw something. I thought I saw a mark of something, so I tried to clean it up a little bit and get more inside.
I'm not sure how to do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Inside.
Alright, good job. Now let's look in there with a flashlight and see what we see. Alright. See if we can make out what I saw.
I don't know Alzheimer.
There it is. It says made in Western Germany.
Daddy, that's it, that's table. That's it, a table.
So pretty exciting to know that this guitar came from Germany. And it makes a distinction of saying Western Germany, so I would assume that means it was made prior to the reunification in 1990. Still no clue what brand name it might have been, or any idea as to a date except for prior than 1990. Just a little bit of this mystery guitar unraveled. And after taking these strings off, man, I cannot, in any good conscience, use those same tuners. I'm going to have to come up with some other tuners before I put this back together. And I just don't know how much money I want to put into this. I'm sure I've got some old tuners laying around. See if I can find something to fit. Alright, so here's the tuners that I removed from this mystery guitar. They're old tuners, still in decent shape, except for this one here is bent a little bit. But they didn't quite fit. Someone had wedged them in there and made it work, but it was ugly. I went through some stuff, found some other tuners I've been collecting over the years. I've got two sets of these things. These came from some kind of first act kids guitar, but they don't quite fit either. They're exactly the same as the other ones, so they don't quite line up. They are no good. for this project. Here is, this one did, but it's missing. It's missing one stud, and I think I used the matching set on a different guitar at some point. And then I found I'd forgotten about these. These, the bag is labeled Franciscan. I've owned 2 Franciscans at this point, at least 2, and they were both pieces of junk. Looks like I salvaged the tuners off one of them. However, they don't fit all the way through. So if I'm to use these, I will have to I'll have to bore these holes out a little bit bigger. And none of the inline tuners I have fit. These I can make fit, and they're free. So on my next day off, I think I'll pull out the drill, bore these holes big enough to accommodate these tuners, and get it working again. Alright, so this guitar from Germany, I spent a lot of time on this thing, and I'm totally unimpressed with it, man. This guitar is a piece of crap. It's suitable for hanging on the wall. I've been putting super light gauge strings on my acoustic lately because I just kind of have more fun playing with that way, but it certainly doesn't do this guitar any favors. Some heavier strings probably would be better, but there is, I don't know, this fretboard, this non-existent fretboard is, it's, yeah, dude, this is a toy, or you know, a piece of folk art you'd see hanging on the walls on Applebee or something. I did have an idea. Maybe I've never done any fret work, and I was thinking maybe I might buy some fret wire and then use this guitar to practice on, cut the slots there, and install frets on this fretless guitar. But I still don't think that would make it sound any good. It would just be something to practice on. But really, probably the only good use for it is going to be this.
Daddy.